Hello everyone, welcome back to the Odoo Accounting series. In today's video, we are going to discuss what is the difference between ledger and chart of accounts. This is a common misconception that chart of accounts are the same as the ledger, but in actual chart of accounts and ledger are two different concepts in accounting system. So in Odoo accounting system, what are the chart of accounts? If we look into the definition, if we look into the definition, so what are the chart of accounts? Basically, chart of accounts are the reference accounts which classify where we have to make the transactions. Like it serve as a reference framework for classifying financial transactions. Meanwhile, what is the ledger? The ledger is a detailed record of all transactions that occur in each account listed in the chart of account. So let's see with an example so you guys can get a proper idea what I am talking about. Okay. So if we look into the our order accounting system and we go into the accounting module and I go into the chart of accounts. So basically these are all the chart of accounts which a business needed are available here in chart of account section. If you want to create a new chart of account or according to your business workflow or according to your business need, you can easily create here. So what is basically chart of accounts? Consider this is a cabinet, and in cabinet all these chart of accounts are different folders. So for example, we have to make a bill, we receive a bill. Now we have to put that bill information in a folder. So what we are going to do, we will find expense chart of account. Okay, so this expense chart of account in actual is a folder, so where we have to put the transaction regarding that bill. This is basically a reference. Like for example, if we have to receive something, we made an invoice to the customer. Now we have to receive some amount from the customer. So there is account receivable account, there is account receivable chart of account. Basically this is the folder where all the transactions or all the information regarding the amount which we have to receive from the customer will be posted into that folder. So just consider this as a folder. This is basically a reference point. When we through chart of accounts, we mention this to the system that if this is account receivable amount, you have to put into this folder. If this is a bill, you have to put into the expense folder. So just think like this is a folder. This is basically a reference, no more than a reference, no more than a folder. The chart of accounts are basically. So now if we talk about what is the ledger, so now when we receive a bill, we give a reference. Okay, so you have to post these bill information transactions into that folder. So now when we have to check those transactions into the expense folder, so this is basically that transactions are basically the ledger, a detailed information of your transactions, debit and credit. So this in a folder in a chart of accounts are basically the ledger. So where we can check the ledger in chart of accounts, in Odoo accounting we can check here. We can create multiple chart of accounts according to business workflow, according to the business needs. For example, there are I have three bank accounts. One is Commonwealth Bank, other one is ABC, XYZ. So I can create three different chart of accounts if I do not want to make a mess into my transaction. If I want to keep my each bank transactions in a different folders, then I'll create three different chart of accounts for a reference. So now when we look into the ledger, for the ledger you have to go into your reporting. In reporting there is a journal ledger. So when you click on it, so we are talking about the bank. So there is only a one bank chart of accounts where we are posting all the transactions into that chart of accounts. So when I click on that folder, in simple words for your understanding, I gave a chart of account as a name folder. So for example, when I click on this bank chart of accounts as a folder, I click on it, it will show all the transactions which we posted into that folder or in that chart of accounts. So this is basically ledger. Ledger is a detailed reporting of your transactions in each chart of accounts in each folder. So I hope this concept is clear. Like chart of accounts are basically the reference accounts which mention to the system where we have to post the desired transactions. And what is basically the ledger? In ledger, we can check the detailed reporting. Like we can check each chart of accounts detailed transaction report. So like for example, this is invoice 3, invoice 4, invoice 5, invoice 6. So these are detailed transactions which we have posted into that folder or that chart of accounts. We can easily check through the journal ledger. I hope this thing is clear to you now. If you like the video, please like and share with your other Odoo friends. And please stay tuned for my new videos, for my new content. And keep learning, keep growing. Thank you for your time. We'll see you in next video. Thank you.